Okay, so we were chasing the dragon, and then we asked Guide for help. And Guide, rather than taking us back to the town that we came from, said there's like I'm going to say school, even though I don't think school is the right word, nearby that can help transport us to where we want to go. So we went there, and he's like, all right, guys, be cool. They're kind of weird. And we're like, well, that's weird. And then they were kind of weird. They wear black robes and masks, and it is kind of weird. They don't talk, but they're nice. And I met a guy, and he's got a name, and I don't remember his name, and that's just how it's going to be. Um, and so we got shown around to the guy who's going to transport us. We heard a lot of weird, wonky noises and screams. And the guy who's going to transport us is a mage of the White Spire who is not been around. He's on sabbatical. And Maze was like, um, and then rather than just having him transport us, I made the stupid choice to ask him, "What do you do here?" And so he's been showing us around, and it is highly unethical. Um, and then we met a guy who works with face spirits and fruit. He was kind of chill. And then we went to pray, and Click prayed to Serenetta. And Serenetta's like, yo, this place isn't chill. Do something about it. And so now Click and Katya are like, okay, let's do something about it. And Levi is like, no, let's go. But also not to fight a dragon. And that's where we are.
What was Meepo's opinion, Eric? I forgot.
Meepo was not at the meeting.
Meepo's opinion of what?
Okay. What is Meepo doing in this meantime then?
It was always so.
Well, when we were getting shut around by Anson's thing?
Yeah.
I believe my opinion was leave it. I don't think you're going to do any good here, and you're just going to cause more trouble and probably get us killed.
That's
You
what
try
we
to
do.
interject. So
That's what we do.
Okay, so we tune in to the party at this Academy of Study. They haven't figured out a name yet in the middle of the Anarok Desert. As Laura's mentioned before, there's various experiments going on. They are siphoning off Hydra blood for experimenting with new kinds of healing and
live Hydra blood.
Yeah, live Hydra. New kinds of healing and damage resistance potions. They encountered a gnome character named Scopio. They were altering spells to create fruit-based creatures. There was an elephant,
Yes.
which was a watermelon the size of an elephant that could trumpet. It didn't hold together completely. It broke apart and sprayed juice on the party's boots.
I recall they explode. Yeah.
And then, you talk to Serenetta, and the party is now currently away from the main tour group. Maze and Click and Levi are definitely there, all talking about this. I'm not sure if Meepo tagged along or not.
I don't remember us splitting up. I remember
I don't
those two
remember.
wanting to do something about this and feeling uncomfortable about the situation.
Okay.
Me and Ian were like, yeah, let's not fuck this up.
Yeah. So the party, just to establish the location, is on an outcropping that you originally found the Professor Anson in, and you can see out onto the desert from where you are.
Yeah, because if I remember right, we were in a debate about whether or not we should do something about the travesties of the Hydra and the other animals, and or if not, or if we were just gonna say, leave the threat alone.
And we should probably do something about it.
Well, that's not what.
Well, we kind of
Levi
need
thinks.
these guys for transport, so
Unless
you would like to cross the desert yourself.
You raise an incredibly valid point. Crap.
Think about the trouble the dragon will cause if we don't get there in time.
We don't need to go to Dragon. We need to go to Waterdeep.
Can we ask?
No, we need to go
Serena
after the
if
dragon,
can wait,
definitely.
Like 2 months for us to deal with the dragon and then come back.
2 months is too long.
To what?
2 months to deal with the dragon is too long.
How fast do you want us to handle the dragon?
None.
We gotta deal with the dragon, buddy.
No, we don't.
All right. So what do you want us to do?
Go to Waterdeep.
To do what?
We're done. We went to the city. We fulfilled our obligation. Let's go.
We kind of have a dragon to deal with, so that everybody in Waterdeep doesn't die.
No, there's no dragon in Waterdeep,
How do you know?
and they have guards. Well,
Oh yeah, because the guards have been so incredibly useful.
and he said Serenetta was in another plane, or the other dragon was in another plane.
I hope Serenetta's in another plane.
Actually, it would be great if she was in this plane.
You know, valid.
Yeah, it'd be great if the dragon was in this plane too.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would.
So if the dragon's in another plane, then
Well, if the dragon's in another plane, then there's no rush to get back. We can deal with the issues here.
there are no issues
Dragon
here.
go to another plane. What the heck?
You cannot tell me there are no issues here.
How did the dragon jump to another plane
Gosh.
in like the span of like 20 minutes
To
or an
clarify,
hour or two?
to clarify, when Click asked, "Where's the dragon now?" Serenetta said, "I don't sense that dragon anywhere on the material plane."
Ghost
Yeah.
dragon.
It's either dead or it jumped to another plane, which I'm also very curious if it died that quickly, how it died that quickly.
Ghost dragon.
Seemed very real to me.
So what this tells me is no impending doom, and we should help the things not be tortured.
Now,
that's not our
Logan, if you can help me
responsibility.
out, because I don't remember. I remember also asking about the gargoyle. Do you remember what her
Oh,
response was to
yeah.
that?
That he is in the northwestern part of the desert within Emerith's domain.
Yes. So that is something that I would like for us to also tackle, please.
Okay, so what we should do is handle the unethical issues here, go attack the gargoyles, and then go deal with the dragon. And ideally not be spotted by Emerith. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's go do it.
Attack who? For what?
Oh, I don't know. The guy that's just like, let's just ask nicely the guy to just stop torturing things.
Is it really torture?
Is a little gnome guy? Did Serenetta say the little gnome guy was also bad?
She didn't say any of them were bad, just that they are doing something for the greater good.
The greater good.
So we shouldn't stop them? Logan, I'm
Well, this is a very interesting moral point.
Yes, now we got a moral dilemma.
Well, are you a deontologist or a consequentialist?
And we're not here to force our morals on other people.
Speak for yourself. I am a paladin.
That's kind of weird. Yeah. You know, when that happens and then they kill you and then bring you back to life, I'm going to tell you I told you so.
When have you ever seen me force my morals on somebody?
I'm sorry, but I have to say this.
are a paladin.
Why aren't I gotta say this because she's a paladin. Why aren't paladins allowed in Planet Fitness?
Why?
Because it's a judgment-free zone.
That's good. That's good.
Maze chimes in. Did you get that from the Thunderlock Tavern mask? The one that tells the awful jokes?
I believe it.
Nope, that is. I got that from a book titled Faces.
In the
Interesting.
meantime, if you're gonna do something about it, I'm not gonna be involved.
Can you remind us what Serenetta said?
I believe her words were not so much her words, but like if I recall correctly, and correct me, Logan, it wasn't that she was pleased with it, but that she recognized that there was suffering happening for the greater good. And then that's where it kind of faded.
See, so it's the greater good.
See, I just remember the suffering happening part. Okay, so are we utilitarians?
Well,
We're the keep
you're
on
asking
living.
a lot for a D&D system that has a good and evil alignment.
That 5e mostly ignores. So, like,
You're asking questions for a very overly simplified a morality system.
Maze
game is
chimes
not
in.
built for.
It's like, for the longest time, we thought Professor. We knew Professor Anson wasn't up to anything. There was a lot of things below board with him, and everyone's, the sabbatical was kind of like the political speech, if I'll say it that way. I knew him personally. He's a good man, but he liked to push things.
cool. Glad we're still
Literally or
under moral
metaphorically?
dilemma. Crap.
Literally or metaphorically push things.
Metaphorically,
Oh,
he's not very strong, so he's not good at pushing.
I thought he was Sisyphus. Okay.
I mean, literally, he's not very strong.
Do they heal the Hydra after they use the Hydra?
I don't know.
Isn't that what Hydra do?
Says
They
Maze.
heal
You do know, Logan.
Maze says, I don't know.
Logan knows.
them? Hey, you want to go do your one-person crusade? Go do your one-person crusade.
Literally,
I
that's
ain't part of it.
happens. What you all do without me though? Probably die.
We'll chase this dragon, probably.
No, we won't chase the dragon.
Now, Laura, for your record, we do a great job of dying regardless of if we have you or not.
You know what? Valid.
Okay. Well, are we gonna take this transport, Crystal, or are we gonna keep touring around this area? It's real easy if you just close your eyes.
Where does the crystal transport go?
Well, honestly, anywhere else with a college transport station,
So we can
right?
go to Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well,
But you sure the dragon we're chasing went to another plane? That's just weird.
no, Serenetta
It doesn't
just
make any sense.
doesn't see it. Okay, is there a maze?
Is there a way to hide yourself?
That's exactly it. Maze, is there a way to hide your presence on the material plane?
There
Oh
are
my
many
God.
ways. It's like
Blind being?
Don't know.
it's like the
What?
druids take different shapes all the time. So
What?
like you're saying, hide your shape, right?
What?
Your
Would that
presence.
hide your presence?
I don't know.
Hide
How
your
does the god
presence.
see?
Well, that's more of a question for the cleric, I think.
Yeah. Well, should we probably go towards the city that it was flying towards? Let's just go there and see if we see it.
So the city we originally showed up in.
Yeah, I forget the
Okay.
name of it.
Erveska.
Arabeska. We can do that.
Let's go to Erveska.
I think that is.
I would like to thank Hanson for the tour and wish he would show us to the teleport chamber. Take us to Erveska.
Very well. I will put up with this for now, but I might come back on a crusade.
Oh boy.
I might come back with the High Maester, Magister.
I like this plan because it is not just myself.
But let's be agreeable for now, I guess.
So Hanson take us there?
Anson is
That's agree.
in the room. You
Our
guys
tour
wandered
guide
off
then?
so that way you could use your incenses
We did
for
not
the
ask you.
commune spell.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess we'll try to catch up
Uh,
or find our
you're
way
able
out.
to meet one of the black robed figures with the plain white masks and the pinhole eyes in the middle of the tunnel.
Yep. Ask him to show us the way to Hanson.
Pulls out that piece of slate. It's like, follow me. Puts the slate back in his pocket.
Follow politely.
All right, so the hooded figure begins walking around through this interconnected web of tunnels, and no longer do you hear the sounds of cries, but ever so softly, there's this increasing sound echoing off the walls. It gets steadily louder and louder until you finally
Mm-hmm. I hear typing.
Sorry, I just got a message.
Oh, okay.
I'm there.
Logan, we need you to come in to
I
work.
did
Guy
take
didn't
off.
show up today.
I did take off today and tomorrow for personal reasons,
Cool.
and like I think they forgot.
Oh no.
Hey, enjoys a cell phone. Era of cell phones.
But anyway, so this it's like it's echoing off the walls, and you're being led around through this maze of tunnels when you're entering into another room. This room is different than the others that you've been that have been these like wide open caverns, and this that have been mostly dry. This one you see pools of water which have little creatures floating on top of them that appear to be playing with like weird pieces of brass and string, and there seems to be the ones making this music. Oh, my music stopped.
I don't hear other. It's
You
very
guys can
faint,
hear that,
honestly.
right?
It's very faint.
Yes.
You can only kind of hear it through your microphone.
Ooh.
Oh, jazz. Very classic.
So, looking out amongst these creatures, these little green creatures, you realize that these appear to be just ordinary frogs striking up a band.
I love them.
Well, of course they are. What else would they do?
And amongst
Frogs
them,
in the
there's
desert.
this tall, lanky half elf man who seems to be walking amongst them, and like he'll occasionally stop by one of the frogs and pick it up, remove it from its instrument. He'll hold it close to its ear as it says something, and he'll hold it close to his mouth, and he'll pull out a notebook and jot down some notes before putting the frog back down. Sorry. Before putting the frog back down and letting it resume its music. The hooded figure keeps walking on, and eventually leads you to that extremely pale figure that you've all met earlier today, Anson. Not Hanson with an H, Anson with an A.
You sure it's not Manson with an M?
Haha. He turns around, sees you all, gives his big wide toothy grin. Did your ritual go all right?
Yeah, actually.
Great. It's like,
I don't think
would
I
you like to continue the tour, or do you need to go ahead and get going?
I think it's best if we probably leave now before these two do anything foolish.
Oh, you had some ideas you wanted to run by me?
No, that's why we're leaving.
Very well. If you all follow me to the upper spire, that is where we keep the teleportation circle. did you all decide where you wanted to go? I remember that there was quite a bit of bickering about where to actually end up.
Waterdeep.
Well, do we want to go to Waterdeep?
I'm pretty sure I would go to Reveska.
Yeah, because that's like where the dragon last was, and that'll get us there fast, and then we can hunt down the dragon. We should probably also see how Araveska is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Waterdeep.
I mean, worst case scenario, we could just teleport from Reveska to Waterdeep.
Araveska.
Or we can just, shortcut it to Waterdeep.
Show of hands. Araveska?
Yeah.
I can't. I just realized I can't see Eric.
Yeah, well, raise his hand.
All right, Meepo raises his hand. What does Click do?
Click is unsure, but will go with the party decision.
But you're part of the party.
Maze also raises their hand.
You have been.
Then
helpful.
everybody else, including Sobek, raises their hand for Waterdeep.
Sobek is still in the hole.
He sure is. Hi, sweet baby boy.
So, as you all climb another spire leading up to the highest tower, you are joined by 6 more hooded figures with their black robes and white masks.
Levi wants to get a little nervous since these people are being added around.
Yep. Well, what does Levi do?
He's just kind of hanging back, trying to be behind everybody in case they try and do something.
So, you notice that as you try to hang back and separate from the group, the 2 that would be the most far behind also fall back until you get to a point where you'd be too far separated, and then they would very gently, gesture for you to walk forward with the rest of the group, pointing with like these thin gloved hands.
Well, I will go ahead and keep up, but I'm still on edge.
Yep. And they walk with like mechanical synchronized steps behind you. You are led up to the highest spire.
Right before we get to the upper part, I twist my ankle.
On purpose?
It's a weirdly painful thing to do.
So are you doing it? Yeah. Okay. Is this going to be a performance check because you're faking it, or are you actually going to hurt yourself?
I'm gonna fake it.
All right. Roll me performance.
Could it be deception?
There's more to it that it's how you're walking on it. This to show that it's really bad. It's twisted.
Okay. Well, either way, I got a 19.
Okay.
I would like to roll the
Insight.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll pick you up and carry you. Whatever, keep going.
I was about to say I've got lay on hands.
I mean, we got the buff paladin here. She can throw you over her shoulder.
Let me find your insight.
Honestly, if nothing else, I
We
can
have
help.
healers. So,
We came prepared this campaign.
for a change.
All right, I dumped 5 lay on hands into him.
Levi, you feel great.
Well,
The 2.
I was already at max health, so
I know.
I have no excuse.
I'm still gonna be limping on it to slow myself down.
The
That's
the
weird.
2 figures offer their arms for you to hold on to.
No, I'm good.
I look at Click. I'm like, that's weird. That should have fixed him.
Oh, it did.
Well,
So if I
come
heard
on.
correctly, he's still putting on the charade.
Yes,
Yep.
he's still trying to put.
Is that what I heard?
You said you're still limping, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Can I Let's see here.
I mean, I'm
Can I
still
use my
I'm
insight
still
to figure out if
coming.
he's actually
I'm just
flying?
going slower.
Right. Now you're definitely in the back of the group. It's just that the 2 that are walking behind you never let you get behind them.
So I can tell that he's faking, right?
Insight.
All right, let's do this.
Uh-oh.
He did it.
You have Milky Eye. Do you have Milky Eye? Or you just a helpless baby?
Do.
Okay, sorry about that.
You're good.
13 insight.
Nope.
No, he looks pretty real. It's like, Levi. It's like he he isn't the sturdiest person, so it's completely believable in the way he's acting. It's like, yeah, he's hurt his ankle.
He must be cursed.
Huh.
There's no other explanation. He's cursed.
Well, throw him over your shoulder.
Okay, you throw him over my shoulder.
I will resist.
Buddy, what? Why else seem very hurt?
Meepo's like, why would you not want to be carried?
I'm carried everywhere. What are you talking about?
Very well.
Yeah, I do not want to be carried. How undignified.
I am offended.
You're not that, are you?
I will push Cat aside and just say, I'm coming, I'm coming.
Very
Okay.
well.
Trailing behind is Levi with his 2 attendants, but the rest of you can continue to ascend to the highest spire.
All right.
After another 40 feet, I asked one of the attendants for water.
There's some upstairs.
Ha.
But I'm thirsty now.
Gosh.
I'm sorry.
Then he will continue on. But he'll go slightly slower.
Okay. So there's a noticeable gap growing between Levi and the 2 people in robes and the rest of the party.
We'll wait for him.
Is Levi going to do something specific as he continues to get further and further separated?
No, he's just watching, and he's very on edge, wondering why all these extra people are helping guide us to the upper spire.
Okay.
You know,
So-
we took a tour with one guy, and now all of a sudden we're being escorted to the upper.
So, just for clarity, when Anson was walking you guys around before, there was a number of attendants. He let you guys walk off with just one to one of the outer terraces, and then that one returned to his work, and then one led you back to Anson.
Okay, but you said as we were going up the spire, a few more came.
Right, as when Anson was
Yeah.
leading you, more came to join.
Right. So my concern is those people that came to join.
Those
Okay.
people.
Those people, yes.
Sorry.
What do you mean by that?
So, after a few minutes of climbing, it's not fun for most people. You all come out through another stone doorway carved into the side of the cliff face, and out into the open air. The sun. You've been in here walking around for an hour or two, and you can tell by how much the sun has moved. So, just to be clear, it is now the party with Sobek in the hole
Yeah.
and Maze. It's like
Ye-
everyone that's here plus Maze, and Sobek in the hole.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go to the water and start drinking, but I'm gonna do it
Slowly.
while barely filling the cup, taking the drink, barely filling the cup, taking a drink. And I'm just scouting around, counting how many people and seeing where they are.
Okay. Make a perception check.
18.
Okay. So there's the immediate party. There's Anson and the 6 attendants who have walked you guys all the way up here that you can see. Looking out on this high tower, you guys have you see a flat circle that is roughly 15 feet in radius. Inside of that, you see like the remnants, almost as if it's like burned into the top of the burned into the top of the rock. Magic rune circles that remind you of the other teleportation circles that you guys have seen before.
Okay.
Now, if you'll give me a moment, Anson says as he pulls out a piece of like brilliantly colored chalk that you see is twinkling with reflective pieces of tiny diamonds,
Ooh. Diamond.
and he starts to retrace the teleportation circle, but making it slightly different than the one that you see on the ground.
Do we know where the one that was on the ground?
Make an Arcana check.
Obviously not. 3.
No, you have no idea. You have never really picked up a arcane book to study. It's all been by feel.
I might have an arcane book in my bag.
You've never picked one up to study. Most of your spellcasting comes innately by feeling it. It takes him a full minute to get this done, but once he finishes bringing in that last chalk line into the circle, it starts to glow with a blue light. All right. You said Erveska, yes?
No.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Well, I drew it for Erveska, so do you want to wait while your friends go to Erveska? You're looking at Levi?
Levi will sigh and say, no, I guess I'm going to go with them.
Okay. So,
Dragon could always come back here.
good. But we didn't see a dragon. Anyway,
I'm pretty sure.
Emerith hasn't come down for several months, so no
So
dragon
Emerith.
we've
it's not a
seen.
bad thing.
It's a different dragon.
How regularly are they used to seeing Emrys?
She comes this far south maybe once a year. Just doing a tour.
Okay.
Good for her.
So, before you all leave, I do have a gift for you with that I hope that you guys wouldn't mind trying out and coming back to me after using.
Debatable. I don't say that.
Interesting.
One of the attendants disappears and then later comes back with a small basket that contained various vials of brilliant liquid, all of different colors.
What do these do?
Some of them are healing potions, some of them are resistance. They're all experimental.
Are they vegetarian?
What would happen if I just downed them all at
No.
once?
Do they have names on the vials?
Mix them together and just.
Looking at it, yes, you do see labels for them.
Okay, so we'll know not to. Well, if nobody grabs them, Levi will grab them.
Levi,
atten-
welcome to my share.
The attendant hands Levi the basket. There is roughly 5 potions.
What's the ratio?
I believe looking over it, I see 3 healing and 2 resistance, 1 fire, 1 ice. I wouldn't trust the ice really well. You might want to do that in a more controlled environment. Either way, if you all wouldn't mind taking these and writing down what happens to them, if you don't come back, I'll assume that they didn't work and you want to do more testing.
Who said we're coming back? Maybe we can send you an email.
You're a cleric, aren't you? Looking
No.
at your regalia, pointing at Click.
Oh,
Yes, I am.
You're capable of using sending?
Yes, I am capable of utilizing that spell.
Okay. If you wouldn't mind, I'd consider it a favor. You know, we don't get too many opportunities to test our vials all the time.
Can't imagine why.
We're a little bit far removed.
Just a little.
Just a little. I would appreciate it, but the portal's ready if you want to be on your way. And he gives you a big toothy grin.
with the toothy grin, am I thinking he's deceiving us at all?
Wow.
Insight.
I definitely don't feel deceived.
19.
There's not a trace of deceit that he's trying to give off or that you're picking up. It's more of he is being nice, but with how his eyes are sunken in and his general appearance, it's just like his lips get so drawn back when he smiles. It's unsettling.
Does he look like he's dying?
He looks, you would say, malnourished.
Is
Like
he using himself in these experiments?
He might be.
You don't know.
Gosh. Okay.
Perhaps you should stick around and investigate.
You want me to stick around, Logan?
No.
That's up to Katya. I love laying breadcrumbs that'll annoy you guys. And if like, should we do this?
I don't know. Should you?
Should we go in the big giant cave with the scary sound in it?
Tell us the answers, Logan.
You must find them.
I will come back.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, Levi, he's just got an unsettling smile. It doesn't seem like he's trying to lie to you. So what does the party do?
Takes the potion, says thank you, and gets ready to teleport.
All right. Meepo goes into the teleporter. Maze goes into the teleporter.
I go into the teleporter.
Click goes into the teleporter.
Yeah, I'll follow as well.
All right, that leaves behind Katya. I assume she's just taking in everything that she can see before she finally also goes into the teleporter. Unless she wanted to do some kind of weird suicide run. But that's not her. I don't think Laura would
That's
play
not
her that
style.
chaotically. Yeah. But you all get teleported away before reappearing in a very familiar room.
Yay. Finding the nearest person. Ask them if you've seen any dragons lately.
All right, you look around the room. It appears to be empty.
No one's in here. It's not a good sign.
Do we smell any fire and brimstone?
Perception.
Electric or any ozone from lightning.
19.
You do not smell any fire or brimstone.
you smell any ozone?
You do not smell ozone.
Do
I
we
assume
smell-
Yeah, I guess we go outside.
Katya went in through the portal as well.
Yeah, 100%. Katya also just needed to take a drink from her canteen real quick.
Well,
Got it.
I will open the door, look outside, assume that I see no destruction and death, and look back at Katya and see no dragon here.
So you open the door. It creaks on its hinges, and you kind of have to pull it hard to get it open. When you look outside, it's just like when you guys arrived a few weeks ago.
See,
The amount
no
of travel
dragons.
that you guys had to do to get there, it's been about a week and a half.
And we lost all of our camels.
Yep, you returned with no camels. Ahmed is going to keep his deposit.
He sure is.
Fair.
Not if we
Understandable.
don't see him.
Not if we don't.
He's still gonna keep it if we don't see him. He's already got it.
Yeah, looking around Aveska, this relatively small town, located on the edge of the Anarok Desert, slightly mountainous town too, with its few shrubby trees with that one or two that are big enough around that Click was able to perch in them and to do his scrying.
We see people.
You see people.
Okay.
You see a bunch of familiar people.
I want to go back to that bar that we went to find Guide. Is Guide with us? Holy crap!
You left Guide.
We left Guide.
You left Guide.
We left Guide.
Yeah,
Guy does not seem like somebody who gets lost. So
you guys left him at the academy.
We left Guide.
Like, did he want to stay at the academy, or did we just plumb forget him?
teleporter the same as us if he wanted to.
You guys got separated when you guys went to go do your terrace communion,
What?
and then you guys never rejoined before Anson said, "All right, here's the teleporter."
He can take the teleporter. He's not in any trouble.
That's okay. Guide wouldn't want to come with us anyways.
How do you know this?
He can literally just ask to use the teleporter too if he wants. He's the one who took us here.
We didn't pay him to come here. We only paid him to go to the
It's not any
the
danger.
college.
No, technically we paid him to get us back.
We're back.
Well, we're back.
Gosh, should I worry about Guide?
Why?
Click, can you do sending to Guide?
He's not in any danger.
Yes, I will
What
do
is he?
sending to guide.
He's not in any danger.
We left Guide.
I will cast sending, and I'll say, guide. Hold on, I'm trying to think now. I'll send a guide. Deepest apologies. Was rushed into a portal that sent us back to where we met you. I turn to Kat and I say, should I tell him that his contract obligations are fulfilled?
How many letters are you, or how many words are you at?
I got 7 more left
Yeah.
because I never stopped casting the spell. So he's going to get that part.
Yes, and ask him if he's okay.
Are you okay? Your contract is fulfilled. Boom. All 25.
You left already?
He's upset.
I don't think he is.
Is that all he
Hold up.
sends?
Be right there. I need my other half.
See, he's fine.
Uh, it's about 10 minutes later, and there's that because you guys went to the bar where you found Guide. You see him come through the door. It's that familiar lizard folk with the black and orange pattern on him and the very wide set jaw.
You're okay.
Of course I'm fine. I was listening to music from Little Amphibian.
That was actually really cool.
Well, at least you didn't want to eat the little amphibians.
He did
No, their eggs too squishy. Need hard egg.
Like the
For-
Hydra.
Yes. You see Guide tap his satchel.
How much do we owe him?
I believe it was 500 gold on return.
Gosh, I don't think we really thought we'd return.
Good job bringing back, Katya.
All right, how much gold? Here's a quick question. I am pretty sure I was holding on to a lot of gold for the party.
Okay.
How much gold does everybody have?
I currently have 253 gold.
3,309, but that's because I don't spend it on anything.
That's right.
I'll pay it.
Ian,
What?
how much gold do you have?
I don't know.
I pay him his gold.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Meepo. This is the first time he's referred to you by your name.
Nice. Is this the first time he's referred to any of us by our name?
I'm not sure if he's called Click. Click. He might have just said Bird.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever called me Click, but that's okay.
But yeah, no, he usually doesn't use names.
Nice.
Usually going by description.
Which has been fine.
If you all rolled a nature check, you know that's typical for lizard folk. They go by description. That's why his name is Guide.
I just don't think I questioned it.
So you guys are in this bar now. It's been a week and a half. There's that copper dragon, dragonborn behind the bar, that was there before.
I want to ask around if anybody's seen a dragon.
You know, there's the, let's see what time of you got in here. It's about late afternoon, so it is pretty crowded, and everyone just kind of gives you weird looks when you say, "Have you seen a dragon?" And they're like, "No." Some of them, you know, say, "No, I haven't seen a dragon at all." It's like, is one coming?
This was the direction the dragon was heading, wasn't it?
Who are you asking?
I whip around and look at my entire party and say that so everybody can hear.
Pretty sure.
There's a dragon coming, says one. Says a person in the bar.
Maybe.
I thought so.
I don't
People
know.
start to rush outside.
Does
Well,
anybody see a dragon?
from the look in the direction we
Perception
teleported
check.
from,
I
Logan.
think Katya is about to incite a panic.
I sure am.
Probably.
It is who I am.
You know, it seems like the kind of thing that they would be reasonable to panic over. So.
Perception check.
Levi, being very sarcastic, looks out the window and says, "Nope, no dragon."
I don't trust you.
It's the sarcastic tone. No one sees a dragon.
Where the heck did the dragon go?
The dragon.
Do you talk to more people?
I will walk around the town and talk to more people.
Make a general charisma check.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, 22.
What is your quick question?
This is not a Katia question. Oh
Okay.
gosh, where did it go in my brain? Oh, are we still at level 10?
That could be a next session question.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss something.
No. You guys will level up to level 11 real soon.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I
When we
didn't.
do not die.
Okay, all right.
As long as we stay away from dragons, we won't.
In which case, I rolled a
Yeah.
22.
No one has seen a dragon, and with the 22, you get better in your approach on how to talk to people.
Yeah.
You know, asking, have you seen anything in the skies without freaking them out. You also know that like you're able to pick up via rumors and stuff with a 22. People just been feeling kind of down lately. It's you check to see like the town's stress level and stuff.
Yeah.
People are just feeling kind of down and sick a little bit.
Oh, that's not good. How long has that been happening?
It's been about a day. It's hardly noticeable. It's just that it's like it's weird. Everyone kind of woke up today feeling off and like sluggish and stuff.
Interesting.
I would like to go check the water supply.
Don't know what to make of that. Why would it be the water supply?
Water supply, please.
They get water from wells here. What would you?
I
How
want
would you
to
even
check
check it?
the well.
I mean, more power to you, but I wouldn't know what to look for.
I go to check the well.
You pull up a bucket of water. It looks like water.
I drink it.
Water is water.
Katya?
Yeah.
It tastes like water to you.
Mm,
I want to use purified food and water.
So Katya, you're a paladin, right?
Yeah.
It still tastes just like water.
Shit, I'm a paladin. I turn to Meepo. Drink this water. Wait, I just purified it. I fill up our canteens and then I get some more.
Are you trying to poison me with something?
I'm testing something.
It sure seems like you're wanting to poison me. Am I a guinea pig to you?
Meepo, would you mind potentially tasting this water for poison?
Yeah, sure. I take it down.
I love how when you're honest with Meepo, he's like, yeah, okay.
No problem.
Meepo, roll con save for me.
No joy.
You are next to
Con save from all
Katya.
this water I chugged.
You are next to Katya.
It's a.
Oh, you get a +4, buddy.
Oh, try to find it. Where's my con save? Oh, +1. All right. $13.
Meepo, it's been a long day, but like you feel kind of drowsy. It's like you didn't expect it to hit you all of a sudden, but you just kind of want to lay down.
I collapse to the ground and start like seizing on the ground violently in pain.
All right, performance check.
Okay.
This is who we are.
16.
Katya, that water is toxic.
We gotta.
Oh God, it hurts. Oh God, what did you do to me?
Who is in charge of this town?
Oh God.
I lay on hands.
Writhing in
Meepo.
pain.
I lay on hands, Meepo. I dump 5 lay on hands into him.
Work.
Okay, using the 5 lay on hands. Meepo, you're not tired anymore.
Oh, appreciate it. Thanks.
Who's in charge of this town? Do we know?
No, you don't.
I go back into the tavern and ask who's in charge of the town.
The copper dragonborn answers. He's like, we're pretty small here, but we all tend to look towards Ponuk.
Where may I find Ponik?
He's around sometimes. Usually you check the big house. We don't get too much through here except through the Mages College, so check around the Mages College, not through the teleportation though, because looking over you see this person with like these dirty white robes laying on one of the tables drinking something. It's like he's not minding the
Oh.
gate anymore.
I guess we're not going anywhere anytime soon, guys. Okay, so I go to the big house to look for Ponik, and then check with the White Spire to look for Ponik.
While she's doing that, I'm going to go in the back of wherever we were at, find a dark corner, and start looking at that book that I grabbed.
Okay. Make an intelligence check for me. And then, Katya, as you're running around, what is Click doing? I assume Meepo's with Katya.
Sure.
Let's see. Sorry, my computer's been acting up, and I've been working on trying to fix it.
No, I get it.
So, yeah. So at this point, Click is going to go ahead and take to the sky
Mm-hmm.
and see what he can see.
Okay.
Then,
So,
sorry. Go ahead and do your explanation, and then I'll tell you what I'll be doing next.
in general, towards your east and north, you see huge swath of desert that you crossed not too long ago.
Okay.
You also are surrounded by some low hills that slowly turn into the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on how high you fly.
Okay. I'm not going to go after doing that. I'm going to come back down, and I'm going to go ahead and cast. Let's see here. Locate creature.
Okay.
On the
You have
dragon.
access to that?
Huh?
You have access to that?
Yeah.
I am salty.
You get smites.
Salt.
Hey, I'm squishy.
Salt.
So you cast locate creature, looking for the dragon within 1,000 feet. Correct?
Yep, and just kind of let's see here because that spell lasts for an hour. I'm just going to be kind of circling around the town and seeing if I get any pings
Okay.
because it might have taken a humanoid form. And I want to make sure to be able to locate it.
Specific creature. The nearest creature of a specific kind. So are you looking for a dragon?
I'm looking for the specific dragon that we saw like heading this way
Okay.
because we would be familiar with it, right?
Yes. If you were looking for the dragon, you would, and like you got right up in its face, you'd be familiar enough with what it looks like that this spell would work. You cannot sense the dragon anywhere as you scan over the town. Just want to point out, if the creature you described or named is in a different form, such as being under the effects of a polymorph spell, the spell doesn't locate the creature.
Oh, I didn't read that.
No, it's all right. So, Katya, you see Click flying overhead doing
Man.
passes. You knock on the big house. The big house, much like every other house in this little town, is made of like low. It's a low house made of like wet stone put together. You know, like carved sandstone. It's a Pueblo house.
Okay.
When you come to the door, there's this short round dwarf that comes up to you, and he's like, "Yeah,
I'm looking for Ponik.
you found him.
Is you?
Yes.
I have some news that I need you to share with the town in a relatively calm manner, please.
Somebody
Okay.
shit in the water supply.
The water's poisonous.
Ew. That might explain why I'm feeling this way.
Yeah, it's probably cholera.
Do you mind if I touch you real quick?
That's just
He squints at you.
I hold up my symbol of my profession. I'm like, I am a healer. I just would like to help you feel better.
Okay.
I lay on hands him. 5.
He feels much better. Oh, that's good. You see him like roll his shoulders and his back. Even though this is like clearly a man who has grown comfortable in his position, you see like as he like moves his arms, they're like thick and knotted with muscle and stuff like that. But he's still got that big tummy. So you said the water's poisoned?
Yeah, Meepo like almost died.
Well, that's bad news because that's kind of our only source.
I'm gonna look at Maze. I'm like, Maze, is there any way for us to like clean the water?
just
Maze is
drink
not there.
from it.
Maze is at the bar.
Gosh. Because I could purify water, but that's not like. I don't think that's gonna last them long, right?
How much water can you purify?
Gosh, I don't think that much. Hold on, let me go.
Can't you use it as a ritual and purify a larger body of water or something? I remember.
Purify food and drink is a ritual.
Isn't there one where you could do it for a longer period? If you cast it for long enough, you could do a large body of water or something.
Purifying radiates until the spell ends.
Like if you did it like a number of days straight or something.
I think you might be thinking the druid had a spell where if they concentrated for 24 hours, they could revitalize land up to
Yeah.
a mile radius.
Too
Yeah.
bad none of us are a druid.
Yeah. Wonder what happened to that.
So, Katya, you know that you can cast Purify Food and Water.
Mhm,
You know that purifying food and water is a ritual.
mhm,
You know Click is capable of ritual casting.
mhm,
And he also has that spell.
mhm. So if we sit down, we can probably like, if we spend some time, we can purify the local wells.
You could try.
So I'm going to go ahead and try something because I don't see needing it anytime soon. So I'm going to go ahead and use Divine Intervention. And I'm going to ask Serenetta if she is willing to bless all the water sources of this town and all the water that runs through it and purify it, but also making it to where it can't be poisoned again. Does that sound within the realms?
That would definitely be a divine intervention.
All right, here we go. And I got to roll lower than I'm level what, 10 now?
Yeah.
Yep, so I got to roll 10 or lower. All right, no pressure.
You got this.
She is not willing.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 68.
Yeah, not even nice.
So close.
Gosh.
Oh darn. Yeah. So, Katya, what do you do? Click. After 10 minutes or so, your spell wears down, and it does not. You did not pick up the dragon.
Well, we should ask Maze if they know of any way to fix this, but otherwise we should probably hang out and start purifying their water sources.
Maze
the water
Maze
hit the
looks at
ground.
Katya. Maze looks at Click. It's like and says basically what I said before.
The water's underground though, so kind of hard to do.
You're gonna have to pull it up and put it in barrels or trenches or wherever they keep their water.
You only do
I can
5
do
feet.
that.
You only do 5 feet per cast.
5-foot radius sphere, which is like
For a whole city?
It's not a big city. It's more of like a small town. You'd think there'd be a
Was
few.
this at all like what happened with the dragon we fought in the swamp?
So you recall that the water tasted off, and you did not find a dragon in the swamp. You found a dead dragon with a Mythalar in its corpse. But you recall that the water was sickly, and it was affecting the life around it, going as far as Parnast. That's where Howard was from.
Yep.
And you know, the closer that you got to the actual dragon body, Katya, you yourself fell asleep in the yellow cloud that put all those trolls to sleep.
That's right.
I miss Howard.
Wow.
I do not.
We should check in on him sometime.
Hopefully he's dead.
I doubt it. But okay, so since it's not affecting me, it's not the same thing.
So when you fell asleep,
Yeah.
there was something odd about it, right?
Yeah.
So why would this be different, but have a similar effect?
Because the dragon's alive?
This is Katya just spitballing. So yeah, what do you guys do? But Katya, yes, it does remind you of that time that the water was off and it would put things to sleep.
Okay. All right. I would like to spend some time purifying some barrels of water for the town.
All right, use all your spell slots unless you're ritual casting.
Um,
Click can help you, but he will go much slower if he chooses to ritual cast.
how long does a ritual cast last?
I
10
think
minutes.
it's 10 minutes plus an additional minute per, depending on the level.
Nah, it's the time of the spell plus 10 minutes.
Ah, okay. So yeah, 10 minutes to do 5 feet.
5-foot radius sphere. What's the volume of a 5-foot radius sphere?
Well, that would be 10 feet
Well,
diameter.
I think it's 4 on the sphere.
Katya would.
Cubed.
Yes.
523 cubic feet.
So that's a fair amount of water with one cast, right?
Yeah.
So assuming that Katya spends all of her spell slots,
I'm gonna spend 6 of them for right now.
okay. So Katya, you have pulled up a fair amount of water and put it in barrels. It seems that the town at least has a few days of fresh water.
Excellent. I don't know if Click wants to add at all. If that's up to Click.
Wants to what?
Help at all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I kind of figured I already was.
Okay. Yeah, it just takes some more time, but you also contribute to the pile. Now they have gone from a few days to a solid week of fresh water.
Okay, that helps me feel better. What I would like to do is locate object for Mythalar when we're done with that.
Okay. You cast locate object for Mythalar.
Yes, please.
Sobek is in the
The hole.
Sobek's in the hole, so you don't pick up him. You pick up the one that's in your chest,
Yep.
and you pick up the small fragments that are in the necklace that Click has.
Okay.
And you
The
pick up
volume of
one.
container.
You pick up one that's kind of buried. Oh wait, hold on. How deep is it? I already said it, so you're gonna have to have found it, but I double check.
Object is within 1,000 feet. I'd be moving around. And I am willing to recast it if I need to. Within 30 feet. Wait, hold on. I'm reading that wrong.
Volume of a shipping container.
Any
with the
thickness of lead.
All right, actually, it's a little less powered. You'd have to be very specific. Because if you're
Oh.
locating for the nearest kind, you pick up the one in your chest.
So it has to be one of the Mythalar I've seen.
And you have to be very specific with it. Because if you're looking for Mythalar period, it locates one of them that's closest to you.
Can I be more specific in a Mythalar that is not currently on my person?
Yes. What kind of Mythalar are you looking for?
Oh gosh. There's different kinds?
What, like, describe the one that you're looking for, because you've seen the one in Sobek's chest.
You
And
want
that
the one
one
of
is-
the dragon, right? The dragon took, right?
There's the one that the dragon took, which was pretty large and blue sized, or
Right.
blue colored. There's the one in your chest, which it changes colors and is much smaller.
Oh gosh.
So that's what I mean. You got to be specific.
Gosh. I guess like the one in Sobek.
Okay. The one in Sobek, that was roughly the same size of yours,
Uh-huh.
but it had a different color. Whereas yours changes, his appears to just be a solid blue.
Okay.
All right. Roll percentile dice for me.
Gosh. $38.
Okay. So you do not pick up anything with your locate object looking for one that is similar to Sobek's.
I'd like to cast it again and look for one that's similar to the one we found with the dragon, the dead dragon.
The green one that was about soccer ball sized.
Yeah.
Okay, roll another percentile die for me.
$97.
So this is where you finally pick up the one that I was going to mention in the dirt. You are led to the trees that mostly are small, twisted, more shrub-like bushes, except for one of the larger ones. You sense the Mythalar coming from inside the tree.
Oh gosh. That sucks. I apologize to the tree and God, man. Do any of us have anything to cut into this tree?
Your sword.
Katia doesn't
You
have
ever-
a sword anymore.
Have you ever tried to
That's
cut
right.
a
Her dagger.
tree down with a sword? Can you light on fire? Someone's got firebolt, right?
I mean, we can burn it.
Yeah, just burn it.
How big of a tree is it?
It's big enough that, if someone was to stand behind it, you wouldn't be able to see him.
Well, I'm still in the reading my books, or trying to read my books, so
Right, so you don't know what's going on.
nope.
Don't you have no, I don't. I don't even say that. Never mind. I did not say what I was about to say.
Aren't we in a desert, so it should burn easily? It's kind of weird there is a tree here.
I guess I used my flint to try and light the tree.
So this still is a living
You know,
tree.
we're in a town. We could just go and get an axe if need be.
You are 100% right. We go to ask somebody for an axe.
Probably also important to make sure that we ask that, it's okay for us to chop said tree. Or at least
Oh.
get into it.
Yeah, we go back.
Maybe you want to be a coward about it.
We go back to that guy. The head guy.
What was his name?
That's a great question, Logan. Like Patton.
No, it's not Patton. Ponuck.
You sure it's not General Patton?
No. Well, what'd you need to cut down the tree for?
I think there's something in it making the water sick.
And you're basing that on.
We were somewhere else that the water was sick. And so I looked for that object, and that object is in the tree.
Okay. Roll persuasion.
This guy 100% thinks we're crazy.
Maybe 35%.
15.
I mean, I appreciate you, getting us some fresh water, but are you sure it's in the tree?
100%.
It's like, what? Tell me, like, what are you going to be looking for?
I pointed the thing in my chest. Shiny orb, kind of magical, can make you sick.
Hey, can you just blow up the tree already?
Let's see. Can anyone else chime into this? Because, he's kind of on board. He just needs a bit of convincing.
Yeah, I'll jump in on it.
And what do you say?
I know it seems like an odd thing, and I know you may not know us very well, but we have concerns about the health and well-being of the people of this town. And so we're just trying to do our very best to help you and the people here to the best of our ability.
Okay, that seems like an appeal to emotion. So, Katy, you can roll again. This time, make it with advantage because Click is backing you up.
Please be good. Please be good. Haha, 22.
Okay, it's just one tree, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we were looking for wood anyways, so
Cool.
we figured, that when this water didn't last anymore, we were going to try boiling it.
That's actually a good. Yeah, that's fair.
All right, yeah, go for it. Chop
Excellent.
down the tree.
Do you have an axe we can borrow?
He hands you one.
I go to chop down the tree.
All right, it takes you a few hours, and you get thirsty, and you drink some water, and
I'll drink some of the poisoned water.
Just ring the tree. Just notch the tree.
all right. It's a few good swings into it. Like I said, it takes a while, but you're able to open up this tree and find that there is a hollow cavity within. The tree seems to have grown around this space, and you swing one more time with your axe, knocking off this large splinter of wood, and the axe makes a ting sound like when you hit a piece of glass.
Oof. I back off and I put my hand in.
The inside of the tree is warm.
That's not weird or anything.
We are in a desert.
I don't know. I still don't think the inside of the tree should be warm.
It's like pleasantly warm, like like when you put your hand towards like a hot water bottle.
Okay.
So yeah, all right, you take your hand out, or what?
Yeah, do I feel anything in there?
Yes, you start to feel around. What are you wearing on your hand?
My plate armor or nothing.
Assume you're wearing plate. Make a dex save based on what you're wearing.
That's not great. Do I have inspiration from doing the thing?
You weren't rolled, but sure. It's like I don't want them to default to just letting Laura do it because she takes notes.
I actually
Can I give her
didn't take
guidance?
notes. I just remembered it. But
Can I
otherwise,
give her
yes.
guidance?
It's a little late,
All right.
and this is a save, not a check.
Oh, I see. Bless.
It's a little late, but
21.
21. Katya, as you start to feel around with your gloved hand, it's like, oh, this is hot. Ow!
Ah.
Your hand started to burn a little bit
Oh, interesting.
as you placed your hand on something smooth and spherical.
See, what I don't I want to pull it out, please. If I may.
So you've only like gotten really one. You've opened up the cavity, right?
Yeah.
And then you hit it, and it made that ting sound.
Yeah.
So you can't quite get it out yet. You're gonna have to cut around it.
Okay.
With some more skilled work, you're able to cut around it, and
Yeah.
you see a green mythalar, roughly soccer ball size, like the one you all found before.
Weird. Okay, what I want to understand is why it didn't affect the town before. Well, I pull it out and I say I found
It's
the
hot.
food.
It's hot. It's hot. You touch it for a second. It's hot.
Bag. Bag holding bag.
All right. Okay. You've now got another mythalar in your bag.
Aha. How many mythalar do we have?
There's the one in Sobek, the one in your armor, the one in your bag, the pieces that are the necklace.
Okay. Cool. Excellent. Well, anybody feel like taking a sleepy sleep here? Since the guy who can get us home is drunk.
Is he drunk or is he sleepy?
Oh, he's sleepy. Well, I want to check if the water's
I'm
going to be
sure
out of trouble without the myth. Well, we can always reach out to guide.
Drink it and find out.
I may have used all of my spell slots, but that is okay. I have one left, actually.
Drink it and find out.
What was that?
Drink the water and see if it's still poisoned. Be my guest.
Would you mind drinking some water from the well?
You mean the one that just put me in incredible pain?
Would you mind terribly? I will stand next to you to heal you.
All right. I drink some water, Logan.
You're fine.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Refreshing.
All right, good. We solved the problem. They'll figure it out. Ready to go?
Just to make sure, because I haven't had the water yet since we've discovered this, I'm going to drink some to make sure it's not one of those effects that if you're cured for it, then it doesn't affect you again.
Ooh.
Oh, be my guest.
You drink the water.
Yep.
It's water.
All right. I think we did do it.
So, is this newly added? Like, I'm just so confused. Why is it affecting the town now?
Oh, probably because we gave a dragon Mythalar.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
This one's a
Yeah.
different color.
I'm just worried the dragon did something.
Well, apparently nobody has seen him here yet. Although dragons can change their form. At least know some can.
I don't think I know much about dragons.
It's a thing.
Okay. Well, I guess, is there anything else we should do here?
Oh, it's not on fire. Nothing is burning down.
Should we track back into the desert to see if we can find a path of the dragon, or should we go to Waterdeep?
How would
You're
we
not
find a
going to
path?
find the
It's
path
flying.
of a dragon through a
Flying.
desert, says Maze.
It's flying.
It's
What?
flying.
What?
Do I look like I've tracked a dragon before, Maze?
Bro, neither have I, but it's flying.
No, I mean, you're a vegetarian, so yeah, you've never hunted, I guess. I've never hunted either, but like there was a person in my troop who would like get deer for us, and I'd listen to him after he was like skinning the animals. He said you had to find where birds were roosting, really, if you wanted to get them
Oh, where should we check where the dragon's roosting?
in the desert, probably.
Should we go into the desert and try and find that?
I need to get back to my superiors in Waterdeep.
Oh, to Waterdeep we go. We can tell somebody in charge.
Yeah, we can come back here as long as the teleportation circle works.
Okay.
Would you
Alright.
do you have any more of that lay on hands?
I sure. Did he drink the water?
I'm pretty sure he drank the water too.
Gosh, yeah, I have some lay on hands. I give him some lay on hands.
Okay. Thank you. And he'll turn on the circle and we can go home. This has been a giant bust for my first field expedition.
I don't know. I think
I think finding an ancient lost city, doesn't seem very bust.
and not being killed by the dragon.
Yeah, but Levi, who does not like me, has all of the papers that we managed to keep. I didn't bring back any gold. The Mythalar was taken by a dragon. We don't know where the dragon is.
Oh, Levi. Or did
does
we
Levi
go?
even
Did we
want the
teleport
papers?
yet?
No, you have not teleported yet. Levi's just reading in the corner.
Why do you even want the papers? What?
It is literally what he showed up for was stuff like papers,
What?
cultural stuff,
Why?
learn about the lost ancient civilization.
I mean, those gold bands that you got from the upper levels are nice, and I know we pocketed a few cups and stuff.
Yeah.
You
But-
got to read tablets and study the visuals of the architecture and stuff.
Yeah, but okay. Let's put it this way, Meepo. What if
We learned why they disappeared. We learned that while we were here.
We also have assorted gems and gold thread.
We
And
learned,
ornate helm
we're-
and armor.
we learned why the city was abandoned. We learned why there's a desert here now.
And we have papers from Levi that we
We
will.
learned history.
look, yes, we got some stuff. So you're
Some
right.
history.
I shouldn't call this a total bust. I'm just disappointed that the Mythalar was taken by a dragon.
Boy,
Maze is on like the verge of tears.
me too, buddy. Me too.
What's a Mythalar?
I am
See
very
plenty of
salty.
Mythalar.
But you know what? We're gonna hunt down the dragon, and we're gonna get back.
Kathy has like half a dozen Mythalar.
Hush.
That one was so big.
It did
We
have a lot
will
of souls.
Get a hold of it
I don't
somehow.
think it has any historical value because it's big.
It's got souls in it.
They all got souls in them.
Really?
That was
Isn't
never
what we figured?
confirmed.
I thought that's what the understanding was, that Mythalar have souls in them.
I was told no.
By who?
Logan,
By who?
Maze.
Maze
Maze
knows this.
say that.
Logan, Katya had like a whole ethical dilemma.
Right. And Maze
Okay.
didn't say that. It was the
Oh, the dead people.
yes.
The dead people said there's no souls in the Mythalar.
Yeah, the one in the giant Mythalar.
So only the giant Mythalar has souls?
At least of the ones we have encountered, yes.
Oh. Cool. Wonder what the significance of that is.
Katya, can, please. I want to go home.
Okay, let's go home.
I mean, teleportation circles right there, buddy.
Levi, it's time to go back to Waterdeep.
Levi hears that shoves the book in his bag and says, "Let's go."
Could be real funny if that's where the dragon is,
In Levi's bag or Waterdeep.
in Waterdeep.
Okay. Actually, it'd be really funny if the dragon was in Levi's bag.
It is the book.
Wait, but we found that before the dragon showed up.
Did you?
Yes.
Sorry.
Dragon pulled a sleight of hand.
All right. So you wake up the attendant running the teleportation circle. They're happy enough to do it because because it is their job. But they described that they were in like this deep dream and it was beautiful. But you know, they seem and even though they're doing their job, they're a little bit sad.
Time to wake the fuck up.
I don't blame them.
All right.
Wakey,
You see
wakey.
them draw the teleportation circle and they finish it out. If you guys were to pass the Arcana check, you would tell that this one would lead you to Waterdeep and it turns blue.
I love
Right.
how you don't even ask us to try because we wouldn't.
And
I step through the circle.
I'll follow.
I'm definitely going in.
Sure.
and
That's
Maze.
about it.
You all arrive in a circular room with familiar etchwork, books and runes scattered about the place, and the very familiar person who was running the circle. Because you guys have been here before. This is the Waterdeep Teleportation Circle.
Heck yeah. We're mostly home.
Home away from home.
All right, so what do you guys do? I'm trying to wrap it up in 10:30, and I'm going to try and introduce Jonathan's character if I can. I'm sorry,
guess.
Jonathan. I didn't think it would take to this point.
Hey, on the record, I wanted to go to Waterdeep directly.
Logan, you should know us better.
Hey, I'm not saying that it was the wrong choice to help the town.
Thank you.
Where is the teleportation circle in Waterdeep?
It is in the White Spire.
Okay, it is in the White Spire.
Yes.
Levi says he's had enough of this wizard stuff and dragons, and he wants to. Where did we normally stay in
The Green Dragon.
Waterdeep?
The Green Dragon Inn is the most touristy place in
Have
Waterdeep.
we stayed there before?
Yeah.
Many times.
Okay. Levi says, I'm going to get in a room back at our old place, and, you know, you guys do whatever you want with these wizards, and takes
Wait.
off.
Levi, wait. I block him. You got stuff that we owe to the White Spire.
Do what?
You've got papers and stuff that we have to hand over. We were only allowed to keep the gold.
I don't have anything.
Yes, you do.
Did I take other papers?
Yes, you did.
It was the stuff that fell apart from the Grisgold.
Oh,
did.
okay. Then I'll give him just the papers.
How about that book I saw him with?
Did you see me with the book?
Logan, did I-
You were reading it in the middle of the bar.
Yeah, but that was my book.
Katya, make a history check because you may not remember if that was his book or not.
This is not going to be good.
No one else saw him swipe the book from the library, so
2. It's a 2.
2. That was probably his book.
Okay. I'll hand the other papers over to Maze.
All right. Thank you
And-
very much, Levi. Thank you very much, Katya.
And then I guess I should also give Maze the gold hoop and the ornate helmet armor and the assorted gems and gold thread.
Well. We said we could keep the gold.
I'm pretty sure they'll pay us the gold for the hoop.
We'll give you the material value for the gold hoop. And, we'll look at the armor and stuff. And, like, after we've studied it well enough, you guys can have that back.
I don't know how I feel about that because that seems like a very general well enough. What classifies well enough?
It's usually a peer review study. Takes at most 5 years, but sometimes it gets rushed through in 6 months.
Well, I know that the gold and the gems and gold thread are 250 or 150 gold. So at least the gold hoop and gems and thread will each get 50 for.
Yeah. Here's 250 for all the trouble, and I appreciate you getting me back here alive.
Everybody add 50. Should I add 100 for Maze, or can you mark that Maze gets 50?
Maze is not taking gold for this.
All right, then Meepo get. Meepo, should I even give you 100?
What about Sobek?
Sobek is in the hole.
Yeah,
Sobek,
Concept of money.
Sobek, we might need to study just to see if we can get him back online.
Well, we won't mention Sobek then.
Maze
Stick
knows Sobek.
the Mythalara in
Sobek is literally in Maze's hole.
Yeah. So unless you take the portable hole from Maze, Maze has Sobek.
I'm gonna hold on to the
Haha.
gold.
So how much gold each then?
50.
50. I feel like we lost out. Like I feel like we are
Spent more
in the
than that.
red.
Yeah.
So
No, actually, we got paid in advance, and we spent what we got paid in advance.
Who cares? Just money.
also, this is going to be the DM
You
speaking.
need money. Anyway.
There was a room full of gold that you guys said, nah, that's trapped.
It was.
It wasn't.
Oh,
I
shit.
don't believe you.
The gold wasn't
It
trapped.
sounds like a thing you would say afterwards, Logan, when we don't fall for your trap, because he wants to fall for your traps in the future.
I swear on my heart
I don't
and
believe
on,
you.
and on hopes and on my kids, the gold wasn't trapped.
You can't.
Okay,
you
I
can't
don't believe you.
blame us for thinking the gold was trapped.
No, that's the thing. It
Yeah.
was a little trick for me to get you guys to triple think about it.
Now he's doing the quadruple by turning it back into not trapped.
You know, here's a better question. Why didn't we have Meepo check?
That's the
I
Meepo
told
didn't
you I
check.
ain't doing it.
Well, that's on us. Everybody gets 50. And I don't think we spent all of the original money. So,
Probably not. It was like 1,000.
All right.
So Maze departs, saying, "I will still be here at the White Spire if you guys wish to come collect me. Where do you guys normally live, or in the city? If I need to come find you."
Well,
I feel
we're
like the
kind
Green
of
Dragon is a
homeless.
safe
So.
place to find us.
To what?
The Green Dragon is a safe place to find us.
All right, I'll remember that.
Was there someone even at the Green Dragon?
I also tell him I assume you can just cast sending. and
Yeah,
then-
I can, but I'll need to read about it, and that might take a minute.
I'll tell
So-
where my dad lives in case he needs to send us mail.
Okay. That's a bit south. Anyway, it was nice working with most of you.
Most.
Don't blame
Yeah.
yourself too much.
Gives a side eye to Levi.
Levi side eyes him back.
Didn't Levi take off already? Oh, I blocked the door. Never mind.
Yeah, you blocked the door, and then we've had this conversation. Maze departs, and now it's just you guys. What do you guys do?
Leave, I guess.
Okay. You guys head to the Green Dragon Inn, I'm assuming? It
Yeah.
has been a long day. Technically, you were thousands of miles away from here when you started today.
Sleepy, sleepy.
All right.
Fair enough.
You all head to the Green Dragon Inn.
Yeah.
You do the typical how's it goes is for sleeping. And you notice that it's a bit of a quiet night with the and the only person within the bar is this person in green leathers and wearing a hood inside.
Well, that's not sketch.
We in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of are.
Well, there's not really rings in this
This
game.
Aragorn. Dang it. Aragorn.
I go up to the bar and order some cheese and bread.
Okay. Jonathan, would you mind describing your character as you see this tall half-elven woman who is, Laura, let me get my description right, tanned with like dirty blonde hair. How long is it?
I would say I wear it in like a high ponytail.
High ponytailed, wearing some exquisite ancient plate armor. You see that it has this interior gem piece that seems to not be one color, but seems to shift.
I'm just like, cool.
Okay. Well, what you see is under his cowl, you can tell this person is a fair-skinned human male with green eyes and a blonde Van Dyke. He appears middle-aged and physically fit, but his longbow and rapier show he relies more on his dexterity than brute strength. A distinguishing feature that catches your eye is his arrows have a green fletching, which is uncommon and likely symbolic.
Fancy.
I nod at him.
He nods back.
Excellent.
The bartender kind of does like the eye, Katya. Person, Katya. Puts the cheese plate down.
I
Backs away.
Do we just look very intimidating?
Cheese. Very,
Sounds like you're trying to greet two dogs together. It's like, here's the bowl.
don't hurt me. Back away slowly. Back away.
Just gonna see what happens
Sudden movements.
All right, so I
Still
come
fight.
up and I ask this half-elven paladin, noticing the time that, well, it looks like you guys had a busy day coming in late.
Has there been okay, considering we traveled thousands of miles, is there do we have jet lag?
You've been traveling east to west, so slightly, but you spent a lot of time walking to Anson's Academy, and then you teleported, but then you spent a lot of time in the city, but then you teleported. So a little bit of jet lag, but just because it's been a busy day. You're just tired after a longer day.
Going east, I forget. I remember one going west sucks, or is it going east that sucks?
I don't remember.
I can't remember which one it is.
I would argue
Or
both
worse.
suck.
One leaves you really tired, and the other leaves you not able to sleep.
Not able to sleep is going west.
West. So
Yeah.
Okay, I guess it
Wait,
would have gone from
no, I'm wrong.
It would have gone from day to morning.
Yeah,
Going west.
yeah.
Okay. I don't know how
It's
many
still-
time zones work here.
Gosh,
It's-
I'm so confused.
Look, regardless, you guys have traveled pretty far, and it's pretty late right now in Waterdeep.
We are pooped.
Yes.
Okay. You could say that. Very, very long day. A lot of ethical dilemmas. A lot of hard work.
Dragons,
No, my-
long dead corpses.
Who said that?
You turn around and you see this little kobold. Eric, what is this kobold wearing? I can't remember what you landed on.
He wears a toga.
Yes, this kobold.
Wears a
Roughly,
cloak of elven kind as a toga.
yes. This.
Is this like a house elf?
No, this is a Greek toga,
Okay.
not a bag of potatoes.
So
Hey,
yes,
that's called the sackcloth.
It is a bed sheet, to be honest.
It's obviously it's a cloak of elven kind, so it's way too big for me. I don't
Yeah.
wear it as a cloak.
That's right. You had a bed sheet as a toga, and then he got the cloak and started wearing that as a toga.
Yes,
right.
I wear a toga.
Yes, and the most interesting thing about this kobold, besides his elven kind toga, is this oversized longsword that is
Yeah.
on his back. It seems to be simply made with a red leather handle and a ruby pommel.
I think it's almost as long as I am tall, probably.
We really
Yes.
But I think how long a longsword is.
Yes.
Is this like a bastard sword, Logan, like type length? Like
It can be a
1.5
one-handed
foot.
or two-handed. So yes,
1.5.
bastard sword.
I'm just thinking the Game of Thrones size swords. Yeah, it's as big as me.
We gotta get rid of that thing.
No, you aren't.
Yeah.
Well, I asked the half elf with the armor. I asked if that's her supporter.
Supporter.
Uh,
Supporter.
Katya, he asked you a question.
Oh, if that's my supporter? Oh gosh, if anything, I'm a pack mule.
This is my steed, sir.
I am not your steed.
Jonathan, your character looks around the room, and you also see a humanoid-looking bird person and a slight man, immaculately clean, but very scrawny as well. So you see two other figures in the room.
I walk on up to Katia and Meepo, and I turn to the individual that they're talking to, and I say, "I'm sorry, I don't mean to intrude." And then I turn back to Kat and Meepo, and I say, "I think we need to start discussing what we're going to do next."
Well, the first thing we're going to do is go to sleep. And Levi goes and have we paid for the rooms yet or gotten the rooms?
Yeah, you've gotten the rooms.
He will go up to his room and then try and look at that book again.
I turn back to the man I was speaking to, and I say, I apologize. It was a long day. I am Katya. These are my companions. The kobold is Meepo. This is Click, and the man who just left is
Hello.
Levi.
my name's Oliver, and I'll go ahead and, let you guys get your rest. And you seem to have had a long day. And then I look toward the bartender and ask him to put another one on my tab for me.
So, I know this is a bad place to stop it, but I'm glad we were able to introduce Jonathan and his character. But would you all like to meet? We can't meet again next week, right? We got too many people out.
Correct.
I'm probably out.
Okay. So then let's shoot for the 28th. Does that sound, if that sounds good, we will go for that. I hope y'all had a good session. I certainly did.